And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to From Toys to Trains. I'm Maya. Well, tonight I'm going to show you how I'm going to start to prepare for the roadway here on my train board. So as you know, last week, if you watched my video, you saw that we ended up cutting the roadway to the right size. Now what I'm going to do is I have to prepare the track. So in order for me to have that like that gap between the roadways and everything, I made sure my tracks was all kind of spaced out where I wanted them to be. So now I'm going to lay the road down here, and I'm just going to mark on each track here the width of one of the little bars in there. So what I'm going to do is, now that I have this marked, I'm going to separate each track here. And now, how am I going to get these out? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of pliers right here, and I'm just going to very carefully grab each tie like this, and I'm just going to bend it out of here. The first one is always the roughest one here because there's no room to like grab and disconnect it. But what I'm going to do is pull each one out like this. And just like that. So this is going to take me a couple minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to go ahead and pull each one of these out. And when we come back, I'll show you how we're going to build the roadway in between here, like it would be on a normal road. So I'll see you once I get this done, and we'll be right back. All right, everyone. So now we're back. So what I did is I'll kind of bring it up closer so you can see. But what I did is I removed. I hope I'm in frame here, but I removed the rail ties between the certain area like this. And basically what I did is I just took an X-Acto knife and I cut through the back side like this and bent it off. So now I have the track where it's completely open like this. Did the same thing on the second track. So now I'm just going to put this back in where it was. And now I'm going to show everybody how am I going to make this look like the actual roadway. Because if you remember last time when I said that I don't really want to put the roadway under it because then it doesn't look right. And I really don't want to in between all that kind of stuff. So how am I going to make this look like the actual roadway? What I did is I went to the hobby store and I picked up some of this sculpting clay stuff. And I'm going to break a piece off here. And this is, like I say, where all these little rail cars, things like that come in handy. But this stuff, you can bake it or you can let it air dry. And I'm going to just let it air dry. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So what I'm going to do is I take the one piece like this. And I'm going to roll it out. Just kind of making a thin little line like this. And then I'm going to double it over like so. So you have the original rolled out piece like this, and I'm going to double it over, and I'm going to kind of squeeze it together to form like a little box kind of deal, like a little square box. Smooth it out a little bit. Now I'm going to measure it for in between here. And right now this one will work perfectly, but I gotta squeeze it together a little more. So the roadway, so I'm gonna just kind of smooth it out here, squeeze it together, and then I'm just gonna rub this line together so you won't see it. But I'm gonna then push this in here to where I know I need it to be. Break it off right there, because right there is the end. And then got a little bit right there. Perfect. So now, this is the size of the gap for my main one. So now I just got to get it to flatten out a little more. Make this a little more square. Flatten this down. And we'll see once again. And that there will be perfect. Now I have that in. Now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to shave off the top here, even with the rail, just like so. And now I'm just going to fix it a little bit. Just going to make sure it's away from the rails. And just pull this back a little bit. Alright. Now, got that end in. Clean up this end a little bit. So, and I know this is hard to see what I'm doing, but kind of gives you, I'll like come over once I'm all said and done, and I'll kind of show everybody how it looks. But anyways, now, last week we ended up buying a little N-scale car, as you all might have remembered. Bought the chassis here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set the little car on here, onto the rails, and I just want to make sure that it's going to like carve in and go by with no problem. And as you can see right now, that's basically what it's doing. It's just going around. Went a little too far, but it's going around the track, and it's just nice and clear and just the way it should be. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the remainder of my clay here, just going to roll this out a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of cut it to size here. Cut it, to the size right here. And I'm going to end up then just kind of like sandwiching it next to the track right here. Because what I'm going to do is once this dries, I'm going to end up putting the roadway like right up against this. I'm going to glue it right in place. So then that way it'll give me the clearance that I need, but also it'll give me the spot where I can put the roadway once this is all painted and everything. But anyways, put my little car back on here, making sure that that's going. And again, I'm just going to test it, and as you can see, it rolls by with no problem. So I'm going to just finish up this side and this side, and then when I come back, I'll show everybody what it's all like in place, and then how I'm going to end up assembling the road, the final road piece and everything. So as soon as I get that done, I'll bring you back in, and you'll be able to see what the final pieces look like. So stay tuned, everyone. And we're back. Okay, so now, like I said, I'll bring it in, and I'll show you at the end of the video what this looks like with everything. But I ended up just taking the dummy ones, rolled it over like this, made sure it was all cut down, to size, so the rail wasn't affected and everything. So then, what I'm going to end up doing is once this dries, I'm going to take the roadway like this, and I'm going to end up, I told you the roadway is going to go in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just embed like this. I'm going to put the roadway in, and I'm going to install that here. So then it looks like it goes up and over. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. I'll just take a piece of the roadway like this, put this in the middle on each side. and then cut it and then finish it out right here. Any excess right now, what I'm going to do is since I have it here, I'm just going to end up like cutting this off, cutting here, 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 and right here. Just kind of clean this up a little bit, so then that way you won't see the putty on the side of the road. So then, let me see that little bit right there, but I'll fix that, that's no problem. But anyways, so what I'm going to do is clean that up, like so. There we go. And then, I'm going to end up like just putting like little road lines in here kind of deal, just to make it look like it's that, you know, the squares like what you see, you know, going past the roadway. So again, now I know where my roadway is here, so I'll just end up putting the little lines in like this, making it look like the sections. And then what I'm going to do is once this hardens, like I say, I'm going to end up probably painting it like gray, you know, like to match the roadway. I'm going to install my roadway, and then once I take my ballast here, and again, I know I'm kind of jumping ahead here, but I'm just going to show you. But once I take the ballast, and to clean up the edges, I'm just going to, when I fill in the ballast like this, put it in, and then I'm just going to like push it down like this and brush it in. Just run it in with my finger, like so. And then that'll give me the look as to what I want with my roadway. Now this one, like I say, I can leave here because I already know that that's where that's going to go, and I'll just press that into the clay. Over here, like I say, let me just get this one in right away, since we already know that where this one is going to go. Like so. So I'm cutting it. Cut it again. Like so. And then we can put this piece right here in the middle. Get that embedded into the putty. Here are the clay. And then my last piece, I'm going to just put right here. And I'll end up just cutting it right at the end of my table right here. Just cut it off. And then I'll probably have to just put some glue under here and glue it into place. But and that's going to be the roadway. And like I say, once this dries and hardens, I'm going to just end up putting some of the ballast like this, kind of fill it in here right up against the roadway, because I mean, after all, it's got to, you know, got to have a shoulder and all that against the roadway here. But just kind of feather that in like that. And then I'm going to paint this gray, so then it ends up, you know, matching in with my roadway, like so. And then down here, eventually, I'm just going to cut this off. Cut that. Just cut that off, and then I'll end up gluing this part of the roadway down, because right here will be my cross section. But anyways, I hope that kind of shows you, like I say, how I'm coming along here with my roadways and all that. And like I say, thanks for watching, everyone. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, watch for that little house in the corner. Hit that and you'll be subscribed. Like I say, next week, hopefully I will show you how I'm going to attach the track down. and get this all ready to, start running some trains and everything. So until then, everyone, have a great week, and we'll see you right here next time on From Toys to Trains. I'm Maya. Take care, everyone. And just as I promised, I'm just going to bring you in right here real quick and just kind of show you that it looks a little rough right now. I know, like the main track right here, you can see it's kind of a little rough and a little rough here. But like I say, once I end up filling this all in with ballast, I get my roadway on and I get the ballast here and on each side and all that, it's going to look really nice. And I'm also, like I say, I'm going to paint that gray, so then it'll look like, the roadway in there. So like I say, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you right here next week on Toys to Trains. Take care.